Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Taylor Shaw, and today I wanted to talk about the law of attraction. I started studying the law of attraction in about 2006 when I first moved here to Charleston. I came across the book in the bookstore. I used to go into the bookstore and I would just intuitively ask for what book would be best for me to read. And this one practically fell off the shelf at me. And it really was a game changer for me. At the time, it shifted so much for me in my life. And now, fast forward 14 years later, almost 15 years later, in a sense, I feel like I've outgrown some of the ideas in this book. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is because I think it's why many people are getting stuck. And something happened to me this past May, 2020, where I came to fully believe certain aspects that were, that seemed to conflict with the whole concept of the law of attraction. And when I came to these really like a spiritual awakening, it shifted so much in my life. And I was like, wow, this is why I was getting mixed results with manifesting. So I want to go over some basic concepts with you today and share with you where these ideas I think are being misinterpreted, and so in the law of attraction, there's been many books since that original book by Esther and Jerry Hicks, but there are three laws that they talk about: the law of attraction, the law of deliberate creation, and the law of allowing. And the law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. What does that mean? Well, I think that's the whole idea that everyone has this idea that I attract what I put out, I attract what I think about. And I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think there is a level of passiveness to that concept that gets people stuck. And if you look at, I guess, you could say it's like, it's the old idea of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I worry about getting in a car accident, I'm more likely to get in a car accident. If I worry about missing the putt on the golf course, I'm more likely to miss it. And so, or I'm attracting bad things into my life if I'm thinking about bad things. And so there's an energy with that. There's an energy of I'm sitting here and I'm attracting these things into my life. And again, there's a passivity to it. Whereas the second law is really, to me, the ultimate truth, which is the law of deliberate creation. And it says that which I give thought to and which I believe will happen. And so that is when I had my spiritual awakening, a new one, the latest one. And basically, I was able to see something that was quite unique, I think. And I was able to see that this is our field of consciousness, and every single thought, idea that we have, especially the ones that we repeat, are thought forms in our field of consciousness. And really, it's more about we create what we think about, not attract what we think about. And I want you to just pause on that for a moment and really feel into that. There's a very different feeling for me thinking about I attract what I think about versus I create what I think about. And so, looking through the book and just feeling like where some of these things are, I think, misguided, misinterpreted, that keep people stuck, is giving thought to it is inviting it. No, giving thought to it is creating it. Giving thought to it is inviting it, again, is very passive versus for me personally, when I know that giving thought to something creates it, I have shifted into a much more empowered state. I've shifted into a place of, well, if I'm going to think that and that's going to create something, then I'm going to be much, much more vigilant with my thoughts. And guys, this has been a game changer for me. So it's not, I was making some notes here because there was so much of this I really wanted to make clear to you today is, you know, the old way of thinking is you get what you think about. And I'm going to say you create what you think about. Big difference. You feel the difference. You get what you think about. Is that attraction? You create what you think about. It puts all the power back on you. It puts all the responsibility for what you're experiencing back on you. But to me, there's a very, very different energy behind that. So the law of attraction has this, you know, it's like you're a magnet attracting the essence of what you're thinking. And I say wrong. You are a creator creating what you are thinking. Again, another way of saying this, if you have, if someone says, you know, well, you've invited unwanted things into your experience through your attention to them, I'm going to say, no, you have created unwanted things in your experience by giving attention to them. Again, very, very different feel, different energy behind this very subtle shift in the verbiage and the concept. So you don't attract into your experience, you manifest your experience. So they do say in the law of attraction, thoughts become things. Yes, that's creating, not attracting. So basically that is really what I wanted to share today. The third law, I will say, is the law of allowing. And it says, I am that which I am, and I am willing to allow all others to be that which they are. So when you're willing to allow others to be as they are, even in their not allowing of you, then you will be an allower. And so for me, along the way, that idea of allowing other people to do them, you do you, I do me, that was very helpful. But in the law of allowing, I would like to, you know, suggest a different way for you guys to think of this, because willing to allow others to be that which they are, I think you should do that, but understanding that the reason you're going to allow those other people to think what they want to think, do what they want to do, and not impact what you can create and what you can manifest and the way that you think and feel, is because if you really step into this concept that you are the creator of everything, then you've created that person, that situation, and to go there and try to fix them is to try to fix one of your creations. And you can't really do that. You're better off going back to the drawing board and deciding what you want to think instead, what you want to create instead in your relationship. So that's a much more effective, empowered way to get what you want when people aren't showing up the way you want them to show up in your life. Is you do allow them. You don't fight with them, argue that with them, try to bring them around to your way of thinking, because you've created that experience with that person anyway. So you go back to the drawing board and you ask yourself, what do I want instead? What do I want this relationship to look like instead? How do I want this interaction to be instead? And then you are visioning it, intending it, manifesting it, creating it. All right, guys, so I'm going to be making a series of videos on this because there's a big connection between I'll be talking about hypnosis and intuition and how they are going to help you accelerate your ability to manifest. So if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below, and I will make a video about it if you give me the question. Thanks so much, and thanks for watching.